Hi, I just wanted to do a quick video on why I love intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, in case you don't know what it is basically where you delay eating so you don't like get up and eat breakfast. You wait until later in the day before eating. And so essentially what it does is it extends your fasting time. So from when you eat at the last point the night before, you're fasting until you eat again the next day. And I love intermittent fasting for so many reasons. It has taught my body to burn fat for fuel, which I love. It's been super important because for a very long time, being where my body was so used to burning sugar for fuel, I would get a low blood sugar a lot. And it would give you that hangry, like you'd change personality. It was really, I'd get hungry and I'd like almost want to freak out. And I really wanted to break that cycle because I knew that that was blood sugar dysregulation, which could agree, and I like almost want to freak out. And I really wanted to break that cycle because I knew that that was blood sugar dysregulation, which could eventually lead me to potentially like type 2 diabetes. And I'm like, I don't want that anywhere near me. So when I found out about intermittent fasting, I didn't really realize what it was. And I'd already actually been doing a version of it for probably a couple of years. But basically, what I kind of started doing is I transitioned from eating breakfast in the morning to drinking green juice. And then after a while, I was able to get used to not eating in the morning. And now, honestly, for most days of the week, I won't eat my first meal until probably between 2 and 4 p.m. More often, it's about 4 o'clock because I like to have a short eat window of about 4 to 8 p.m. That really works well for me most days. And I usually do that probably at least 5 days a week. But what that does is that means I eat during a 4-hour period, and the other 20 hours of the day, I drink water. Sometimes I'll have bulletproof coffee or tea, but I don't eat anything else during that time. And there's so many benefits to doing this that you will love it, and maybe you'll want to do it too. So eating this way is very anti-inflammatory, helps your body drop inflammation a ton. And that's one of the reasons why, honestly, we have so much disease is because inflammation is going crazy in our body, and our immune system is just trying to do everything it can to keep up with that. And then it starts getting confused, and then it starts attacking our own body, as in autoimmune diseases and things. And so I really think that I know that having an anti inflammatory diet and lifestyle can keep you healthy so much longer and can help you age so much slower. So that's a big reason why I do intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting will also help stimulate stem cells, which keeps you young and amazing looking. Stem cells are cells that are undifferentiated, which means they go to a site that needs help, and then they can become that kind of cell that's needed. So it's very, very useful to have more stem cells. So with intermittent fasting helping stimulate that, that can just also work to your benefit so that live longer, age slower, and are healthier in general. Intermittent fasting also gives you the opportunity to burn stored fat, body fat, and burn up stored fuel in your liver. So when you have that 20-hour period, you think, oh, is it going to slow my metabolism down or slow my body down? Well, no, because you've trained your body now, once you've done it for a while, that it can burn fat for fuel or ketones for fuel. And basically, what that does is that means your body isn't utilizing a lot of your blood sugar to burn for energy. It's going to burn body fat. So once you've eaten your food in the evening, once your body's digested that and used that energy, it's looking for another energy source eventually, right? Well, guess what? Most of us have plenty of stored fuel around our body that body can just start utilizing for energy. So you get this really nice, even blood sugar, and your body just goes to town burning body fat from different areas and utilizing that for fuel. So that's one really effective way to start burning body fat and losing weight because your body's like, hey, we got nothing else to use but body fat here, so let's do it. Okay. Another really great thing that intermittent fasting does is it stimulates autophagy, which is a process where our body, when it's resting, your immune system can go looking for cells that are need to be retired. They need to be done, right? Sometimes they might be going haywire or they're just old or something like that. So it can recycle that cell and reuse what good portions or pieces of it exist, and it will, detoxify and get rid of the things that aren't reusable. So this process of autophagy really helps strengthen our body because weak cells get to die and create brand new, fresh, healthy cells. So if your cells are getting healthier as they die, well, that's really great because we want those kind of cells creating new cells. We don't want sick and diseased cells trying to create new cells for our body. Because every second it's like, oh, 100,000 cells die, and oh, here we create 100,000 new ones. So let's create 100,000 new ones every second with good, healthy cells. So autophagy, super important. Then the last thing I love about intermittent fasting is because our body isn't dependent on using sugar for fuel, you get this nice even blood sugar. And yeah, I do eat carbohydrates a little bit within reason. But during the day, because I'm not taking from that blood sugar in my blood, the level stays like this. And I have really great energy. I have great concentration. And that level stays just like this, and I'm not accessing it. I'm not lowering it to get those cravings to have to eat something, to raise my blood sugar back up. So that can really be freeing for you. And it will also allow your fasting blood sugars to be lower, which is so much healthier. They say you want your fasting blood sugar to be below 100. Well, honestly, we want it to be like 80 or 70, really, to be really healthy. I mean, if it's below 100, well, that's great. But if it's 99, that's still almost a pre-diabetic blood sugar, really. And so when we can start getting better blood sugars and having fasting ones be starting to go lower 90s, getting in the 80s and even in the 70s, and mine will even be in the 70s occasionally. But once you start getting used to that, it's not like, oh, you're going to feel low blood sugar or anything. Your body just becomes used to that being the normal, and which is so much healthier because sugar, when it roams around our blood, is like spiky balls. It's damaging to our system. So if we can maintain it a little bit lower and have that feel good, then your body's going to be healthier because of that. So that's my pitch on intermittent fasting. I hope you enjoy this video. You can find me at kathyketterling.com or on Facebook, Ketterling Anti-Aging. I love this, sharing this information with you. If you have any questions, post them below. Bye.